Definitely too late to make a hate week video, but I would like to point out that I definitely hate the Los Angeles Rams. Throughout the years on here, I started making videos when I was 12 years old, 12 years ago. Throughout the years, I used to refer to them back when they were in St. Louis as the St. Loser Lambs. And later when they moved to LA, that stuck. Just the Los Angeles Lambs. I would use the quote, same old sorry ass Rams, but unfortunately the person that said that, Dana Stubblefield, is a complete piece of shit. So I will not be showing that video. But the Rams, say what you want about them, they're having a damn good year. But the Niners, they always have their number. Week 10, we just absolutely dominated them. But hey, unfortunately, the case is the same with us. The Seahawks have our number. This year, we really needed a win against a Seahawks team that was struggling. But they beat us in their home field like they usually do. And this time, we're facing a 12-4 Rams team. A team that will win the NFC, or that can win the NFC West if they win. Depending on if the Cardinals lose, yeah, they could win the NFC West. It's going to be a team playing for a lot. So I'm not going to sit here and just be like, we beat them 5 times, it's going to be easy, cakewalk. No way. It's going to be a tough challenge. But I believe the Niners can, and I believe they will defeat the Los Angeles Loser Lambs. I do believe that, 100%. Now, the situation with Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. Here's my take on it. Kyle Shanahan. Going to take you back to the Tennessee Titans game. Now, I was on vacation visiting my family. I thought about making a video, but it was a couple days before Christmas. I kind of wasn't feeling it. But I just wanted to point out that when Jimmy Garoppolo struggled in that first half, he should have been benched. I have been all for Jimmy Garoppolo starting this year and having Trey Lance back him up, learn the playbook. But I wanted to see Trey Lance get some reps. So the beginning of the year when we saw both quarterbacks, I loved that. And then Kyle later said that it was just tough to develop an offense with 2 quarterbacks that have a different style of play. But Trey Lance, I've said it before. If Jimmy starts to struggle, we need to see Trey. So in that Titans game, Niners start off about 10-0 lead, and then Titans come back, and all Jimmy has to do is just make throws, complete his passes, and he just struggles, and he does none of that, and he just puts his helmet back on like nothing. And it's later revealed, a few days later, that he was, in fact, battling an injury on his thumb. So my question is, like what I was saying, I was just screaming at the TV the whole game, watching with my aunt and uncle in Canada. I was like, Kyle, what are you doing? Take out Jimmy. Put in Trey Lance. What are you fucking doing? But he doesn't. And this is before we have any idea that he's battling a thumb injury, because that's been an excuse I've heard for when he's played bad before, is that he's been partly injured. Last year it was with his ankle, now it's with his thumb. Now, I'm not saying I don't believe he's injured. Of course he could have been battling an injury. Of course he probably was battling an injury. Now his thumb just... he isn't able to play because his thumb, like he said, his thumb fucking hurts. So yes, of course he was really battling a thumb injury. But regardless of if he was or not, he should have been pulled before that first half. And I've been a fan of a lot of the games that Jimmy has played. And another game that he was definitely injured in is that Colts game. Either that or he just really sucked and there's no explanation to it. But I do believe that he could partly be injured on a lot of the games that he struggles with. And Jimmy's been an injury-prone quarterback his whole career. And Niner fans have had to experience it since 2018. As soon as they saw him go down, they thought, hey, the season's over. Our $1 million quarterback is... $227 million quarterback is injured. And although there were some flashes, that season was pretty much lost. But the faith in Jimmy has not been as high as of late. lot of fans don't want to see him anymore, and a lot of other fans just want to keep seeing him no matter how he struggles. My take on it is I've supported Jimmy when he plays well. When he plays bad, I call him out and I criticize it. I just don't understand why Kyle Shanahan did not take out Jimmy Garoppolo, did not bench him, did not let Trey Lance come in the game in Tennessee before halftime. That's my question. Now, that being said, Jimmy said that his thumb fucking hurts. He literally said that in his press conference. He's being honest about it. I've heard the argument that if Jimmy is 100% healthy, that he should start. And I would agree with that argument, but there's no way he will be 100% healthy. However, if in some world where he was 100% healthy, I'd be fine with Jimmy starting against the Rams. Week 10, he lit up the Rams. The 2020 game where he was healthy, he lit up the Rams. But he's not been healthy as of late. His thumb is fucking hurts. And so I would really be surprised if Jimmy starts. Now, the whole reason why Kyle isn't saying for sure is because he wants to keep Sean McVay and the Rams off guard. But they're definitely preparing for both quarterbacks, but I guarantee you they're preparing for Trey Lance more. And it's going to be tough for a rookie to come in a game where if you don't win and if the Saints don't lose to the Falcons, you're not in the playoffs. And by the way, I'm not counting on the Falcons beating the Saints. The Niners need to beat the Rams, because if somehow they lose to the Rams and the Falcons beat the Saints, gotta have a lot less faith necessarily. I mean, it doesn't matter once you're in the playoffs, you're in. You know, it's a new season basically, but I'm going to lose a lot of confidence in the Niners if they cannot get the job done in LA tomorrow. So, Trey Lance against the Texans, he struggled in the first half. Totally struggled. But second half, he bounced back, and he looked like the future quarterback he will be. One thing I've heard when people analyze his play, when other people compared him to Colin Kaepernick, Kaepernick was more of a running quarterback, but Trey Lance is a quarterback that goes in the pocket and looks for an open receiver, and if he can't get it, he's able to adjust the route and then start to run. And he's able to gain yardage, sometimes even make a first down run, but he doesn't even necessarily try to go for the first down. He just tries to gain some yardage, get out of trouble when he sees pressure from the defense, and just get out of bounds, basically, yeah. And Trey Lance needed some reps because, not even just when Jimmy struggled, in games like the Jaguars game where Jimmy was lighting up the Jaguars and there was no point in having Jimmy still in the game because that would risk injury, why did we not see Trey Lance in that game? And so the only reps that Trey has had is in practice before the Texans game and since last time we saw him. Actually, I think we did see Trey in the Jaguars game at the end, but we didn't, not for nearly enough as you would expect. But anyway, so Niners are playing the Rams, who are 12-4, and they got a hell of a damn good defense. Aaron Donald and Von Miller, they're not going to let Trey Lance have an easy game, but he's definitely more susceptible to the pressure than Jimmy would be if he were to start, in my opinion. Now, I would be surprised if Jimmy does start, but if he does, I would at least like to see Trey, unless Jimmy just has absolutely the game of his life, which the fact that he's most likely not going to be 100% healthy, very, very, very rare chance that happens. But so Trey, I'm expecting him to have hopefully his best game that he's started so far. Hopefully, because that's what we need. This is basically already a playoff game, and we're facing the Rams too. Their offense, Matthew Stafford. A lot of Niner fans, myself included, wanted him in the offseason when he was available. But that did not happen, and even worse, he went into the division. That was the biggest fear at the time. And, well, he's had a decent year. And, of course, the Niners also were able to trade up and draft Trey Lance. But I was confident with Jimmy being the starter, but I definitely wanted them to draft the quarterback. And even better, they're able to trade up and draft Trey Lance. That's even better. But a lot of fans wanted the veteran presence in Matthew Stafford, a player who played for years in Detroit and although had a few successful years, made the playoffs a couple times, was not able to go very far. So he wanted to change the scenery, and then he goes from living in Detroit to living in LA. So hell of a difference. And however, looking back, don't think we needed Matthew Stafford after all. Having Jimmy, the veteran, start for most of the year, and have Trey Lance, a rookie, learn the playbook and be the future and be set up for years to come, I think was the better move, because we're going to have way more years with Trey Lance than we would with Matthew Stafford now. Sony Michel is a hell of a running back. Odell Beckham and Cooper Kupp, we need to be all over them. Our secondary needs to be over them the whole game. It's going to be tough to stop them, but hey, we did it week 10. But we're going into LA, which LA, SoFi Stadium, where the Super Bowl will be this year, if everything clears up with the COVID issues and everything, with the state of California mandates and whatnot, the Super Bowl will be there. That is a stadium that throughout its short history, the Niners have always dominated, especially in that game back in 2019. Oh, I saw videos from the stands. It was a Niner home game. So I'm expecting the faithful to be loud in LA tomorrow. I'm expecting that, and I'm looking forward to it. The Niners need the win tomorrow. Not counting on the Falcons beating the Saints. The Niners need to get the win against their division rival that they always have their number on. It's going to be tough, but I have faith they can do it. Danny G is out. Peace!